Well, it's a good question whether it's governments that are going to do it or whether they're going to be forced to do some things by citizens who are unhappy, who vote in people who say, let's clean out the government from those vested interests who are there. But clearly, power holders, whether it's governments or others in many societies, need to get serious about being responsive to the concerns of interests of average citizens. The revolt of the ordinary citizen needs a response. They're also going to have to take into account the fact that citizens are much more like consumers than they used to be consumers of government. Citizens are consumers of everything. We want our smartphone to be a certain way. We want, the thing we buy online we read the reviews first and decide we want this. Everyone has become a very active sort of participant in choices they're making, and they want the government to be like that too. If you look at TripAdvisor, for example, TripAdvisor is just a big, noisy forum full of citizens who are cranky about some hotel they stayed at that had a noisy room, or some site they went to that was disappointing. And TripAdvisor is like a metaphor for what public space is like. And there's usually a lot of cranky, angry people who had a terrible time because there was a party downstairs, their hotel room was noisy, and then the hotel owner didn't respond. They feel just as cranky about government, but how do they express those feelings or opinions except to vote for somebody who says, out with them all, So that's, the governments are going to have to take very seriously both the need to respond, but changing how they respond and creating new mechanisms for citizens to interact with government. I think it is true that, if people feel like the democratic process is making some fundamental mistakes in their view, the problem is not with the process. The problem is what has led the society to have so many people that are willing to make choices that are so drastic or so disruptive to the system. But we can't give up the rules in the system. Therein lies disaster.